We are doing this video because I need to give a report of what has happened. Just a minute. Alexa, volume 3. Yeah. So actually, the report is that, we're talking about Calcutta Samaritans Ministries. We were brought up in that household. And my parents, like I said, made a mistake. So we've had a lot of problem. Well, the first mistake they made was to chuck the anointing. And actually, when you do that, you open doors for the anger of God. One, two is you give access to Satan. By default, he'll be there, God forbid. And there was this family that occurred that were there because we had a person, an accountant who worked for my parents. He was accountant only, right? And he fell in love with a girl by the name of Anita Sinha. She was already engaged to one Das guy, and so now that marriage broke, right? So now this Sergeant George is working for my parents. My parents should have been strict from the beginning, right? If you want to marry, you go there, na? But because of that, the church, they indulged him. Because they indulged him because he knew all their secrets and that story of Saroj and everything. So they indulged him. And for 4 years, her mother was against that marriage. For 4 years, they were without any relationship. And the same time, they attacked me in my relationship, right? And it is possible that in this whole drama is a third sibling because the narcissistic behavior that ruled supreme, that she gave instructions to attack me or whatever. But this guy suddenly felt that I should be the target for everything. And he felt that I liked him. Who Shajan thought I am feeling jealous of him and Anita. So that is not possible. And this story has been fanned by her herself, in which I would never feel that way. And we had gone for a trip to Kerala. There was a church, right? I told you Calcutta, Emmanuel Chapel, and we were the part of the fellowship. In this fellowship, people were meeting each other and getting married. I only liked somebody from outside, right? He was not from the church because, in my mind, I didn't find anybody in that fellowship worth of any material at all, right? And also, I liked somebody, but my parents said no, right? Each time they shot it's a good match and a very godly person, they said no. This is the problem with people is that they think no end of themselves, right? Oh, my daughter is not fit for anyone. So that caved in. But foolishness of that person was never to ask me. He should have asked me first. He went via the parents. So I'm saying this video because I need to say the truth that how wicked people are in their mind that actually she never ever liked me. She would come home because she's dating this guy, and she would lie down there and make comments saying, "So we were already good sisters, but she made sure this home is broken." And they broke the sister. This guy also got hold of my sibling and made her against me and taught her all the wrong things. So, you know what I am saying today is that in their delivery of trying to be something which they are not. And my father was the one who gave Amit, her brother, the reference to visa to go abroad and live abroad. And he took the help when he just didn't like my father. Your whole family. My father said only one thing to my mother: I don't want this Macraham family in my household. Very clearly he said. And I, as a daughter, honor that because even though they don't speak to me and we have nothing to do with them, one thing I know: I am not what you call we call in Hindu Sani Namakara. I'm not. And also, what he did was he made an NGO. Now, when we did NGO, he brought his he had run church, some female by the name of Tammy. I don't know what is their connection with Derek O'Brien. Maybe one of their family members were married to him or whatever it is. It doesn't matter to me. Again, they started the same game. right? We are jealous. The same thing is that we already sent email to RPG group so many times, but it is very sad the way this family has behaved with me and the way they attacked me and my husband. We were married. When we were married, we went to see my grandmother's funeral. The way Shahjan beat me and my husband, right? So, for going there, and they want to teach us a lesson, because inside a person is evil, is is a very wicked and demonic spirit. And that is why I want people to understand that I am not wrong in the story. It is my mistakes that have saved me. If I was a perfect daughter, I would have been dead long ago, right? There would have been no voice to speak. But I learned very soon that our whole understanding of God is we are made in His image, and so it's very important for people to understand that the evil they did, this family, they were staying in a very humble place. Their father was a doctor he had quarters in Howrah. We had been there. Didn't have a house. They got a house somewhere. How they got the house is a different story. I remember I cried to this Mitzi Kumar, please give me a home because they're going to separate me and my child. That nature's nest, whatever is there, they went and said. And wherever we were as children supposed to be there, this family would come and be there, right? And especially this girl, she wants to be director, she did jobs of it. Every place she has created a problem wherever she has gone. So what I want to see this is that we don't have any animosity towards people. We cannot take it anymore, right? We have come to a place where we cannot take this drama anymore. We need that place to be cleaned up. And also, you cannot use that ministry, whoever came, Mohinder, or whoever it is, they have given access to those things, right? You cannot say that she is to fall blame or that one is to blame. They have given access. You made a choice, right? It's not today. It's like for years we put up with this nonsense. 14 years I've gone through it. I need this thing to be cleaned up. I need these people out of there. If people need to be arrested, be arrested. If they need to be in the lockup, put them in the lockup. Because even outright you didn't, like, you use psychology to attack me. That means it was a criminal offense that you wanted to mentally destroy somebody because they were exactly like their father. Whether Probita was with them or not, possible. These two women were their chamchas, not me. I'm nobody's chamcha. I follow Jesus Christ. I do what God tells me and I obey Him. I know if something didn't work out, that's just fine. It's perfectly all right. But at the end of the day, we need to see that people live and have a world where they are this controlling narcissistic type of family. They need to be out of there. They were all fakirs one time. Then whatever it is, even if you're fakir. But the point is how you got there. And you're not using my parents or my father's NGO as a means to an end. That's not happening. And you also cannot take my money. We did the business in coal, there's nothing to do with you. We have done the business, and Derek has robbed me many times. He has to give back that money to me right away. We need that money back. We need the payment back. You cannot take my money, right? I don't care who Tammy is or Fami is or Falana is. If you touch my money, I will come after you. If you don't see the money in our account, I will come after you wherever you are. I don't care. I'll make sure that you don't just what you took, you pay me back 100 times, right? And I'll make sure that this never happens again because I'm not leaving. I've come to a place where I've decided that the root of the problem is right here. It doesn't matter whatever. And that even in the India Bulls, you and your this Anita went and told something. They have their sutures everywhere, right? It doesn't matter. They don't care. World Vision, wherever. They have their people planted everywhere. And they tell them, don't do this. We will say. And I rang up one day and said, no. Anita and Shazin uncle said, no, then only I will say. So I could not even reach their father, right? So I have made, they themselves have made it on their own. They themselves have said those things. Every father's relationships, even good friends of mine, Don and Anita, who took care of me, became enemies because of the way they speak. Even my husband, okay, Abhinav's father was taking photos of his child in the school. They came and complained, oh, he was taking photos. Why not? Why not? He is a father. He will take pictures of his child. You think only you are married, only you have family. That's not right. So I want to sort this out. I don't care. But this one thing that whatever happens at the end of the day, God knows the truth. I'm going to speak out so that this story comes to an end. And you're not using my mother to attack me. That's not happening either. And you're not giving her the money. That is not her ministry. That's mine. Coal, Dell, Infotech, everywhere they did this nonsense. And even in the venture where people thought I'm the worst woman, I speak the full story in the public place, right? So you cannot tell any more lies, right? When we did the work, money for with currency or with anybody, we need to be paid. If we, I am a rich woman, you stop me from doing that job with human rights because it is in your face every day, in your face. Correct? Yes or no? So we need to get this sorted out, and I'm not going to leave. I've decided I'm deke jayega because I want to see this story cleaned up. Absolutely, you cannot use the. It was absolutely diabolical way they went about it. Demonic, absolutely. It was. They used sorcery. They had a maid who would do all the puja and all the sorcery and attack me. They brought me to the house one day and she fed me this hot, spicy chili chicken. I couldn't put it in my mouth. Full it was, and they use her. The We know very well the mother doesn't like me, right? They know that, so they use it to the hilt, and that is something I don't agree. You don't ever mess with somebody's household and everybody's home. You stick out of your place. You're a big namak harams on day one, and you're not touching my money. End of story.